All right.
You recorded it to the cloud?
Yes.
Good. You didn't put it on your desktop?
It's going to the cloud.
In the clouds now, it's gone.
Oh my god.
All
That's
right,
what I thought.
you kicking us off with our
Yeah,
professional
yeah.
intro?
We need a name for this, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. What should we call it?
I feel like I should chat GPT it.
Yeah, we gotta do something catchy about
All right.
coaching and
All right. Let's take the first 2 minutes here and just think, like, try and do this.
to name it? All right.
LA Fitness Cypress Creek or Greek, just it's like my long lost brother.
LA Fitness Cypress Greek.
Yeah, something joined in.
Dude, that
All right.
makes me think of like 2010 LA Fitness, like Jeep to the Gill guys, you know?
I need a podcast name for my podcast hosted by Nick. What's up, dude?
What's going on, Nick?
Nick, let me know when you can talk about my video series ideas. Or idea, I guess. My comeback to the stage. I need a podcast name for my podcast hosted by two girls, one cup. two, two,
Dude, I
two.
didn't know it was going there when you said two girls.
I
You
saw
know
your
what's funny too is like most of your clients, because they're all like 20 years old, probably have no idea what we're talking about.
I
Definitely better off that way too. Don't Google it.
have a few. I mean, listen, Tommy are young, Sarah's young. Maybe like 5 or 6 clients that are like 21. Gabby's like no, Gabby's here 22.
I'm exaggerating. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say no, I'm like really trying to think now. It's probably like 8 or 9. They probably have no idea what the fuck that is though.
Yeah, I'm glad you should have.
No, yeah, no. That's for adults. I need a podcast name for my podcast hosted by two guys.
Give them our Instagram pages and check what's in ChatGPT.
Oh, I can do that?
Yeah, it'll analyze the page and it'll give you an answer.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yours is 2 ends, right?
Yes.
Mine is just fucking. Okay. It's thinking. Great. Based on your identity as fathers, competitive bodybuilders, and your existing personal brands, here are some podcast names that blend strength, fatherhood, discipline, and brotherhood. All right.
Off to a good start.
First one, Iron Dads.
Iron Dads. It's pretty good, man.
It is really good. Barbells and bedtime.
Nah,
it's good. Right. Built by fatherhood. It's better than number 2.
Yeah.
But Iron Dads is number 1 so far.
Definitely.
Discipline and dumbbells. Reps and responsibility. Powerhouse fathers. Meathead dads. Dad bods redefined. I kind of like that one.
That's not bad.
Raising kids, raising bars.
So
Testosterone and tantrums.
I actually like Iron Dads a lot, but it needs to be something coaching related.
All right, so we're
It should just be fucking like I don't know.
diapers,
Metropolis
bags,
Norman
and dumbbells.
Too much, diaper bags and dumbbells. I don't know. I don't think I could commit to something on the fly this quickly.
I know, but it's fun improv too.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Iron Dad. They started off strongest with Iron Dads.
Yeah, they did. Great direction. If you like Iron Dads but want something that reflects your guys' coaching, here are some redefined podcast names that blend fatherhood, bodybuilding, and coaching. Iron Dad coaches. What the fuck?
Innovative.
Yeah. Iron Forged fathers. What the fuck, bro? Built the coach, born to father. It's so
Pretty
fucking-
funny.
Oh my god. Coaches and fatherhood. All right, I'm exiting this. It's like-
They're onto something there. They're onto something.
so far, Iron Dads is leading the way.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Um, well, we're gonna go over the Pittsburgh Pro show because it was, I mean, we've talked about it amongst ourselves a lot, but anyone that's gonna listen, we want to go over it because it was actually it was actually like a really competitive show. And also too, I've never really seen due to a show. I don't know, maybe if you remember one where they had the like Steve Weinberger was like it's sudden death.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen.
No,
And Bob, I mean, Bob, of course, he's got to hype it up. He's the MC, but he said it never happened before. I don't know if it ever did or not.
yeah. So the fact that it was that close, like, so we're gonna cover that. And then we're gonna go over,
I don't see how. I mean, we'll get into it. I won't say
yeah, but we're gonna go over
anything.
like walking the walk and pretty much like how, especially if a coach is guiding you and you're hiring somebody to get you on stage and actually in true shape, like how the coach should have walked the walk themselves, and in my opinion, more than once. But we're gonna go into that, right? And then pretty much like some simple ways that like we implement and stuff like that, and what we think about like if a client hits a plateau, whether it's off season prep and whatnot. So but let's kick off the Pittsburgh Pro first. So you wanna start?
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna pull up the NBC News online. Pittsburgh. That way, those who are gonna view on YouTube can follow along with us.
So it's a good idea.
And I would like to actually look at the pictures.
There you go, like pose for
So
pose.
yeah. Um. All right. So let me
Yeah, we're
share
going
screen.
over open bodybuilding too for anybody listening, because like
Right.
classic was pretty decisive with Terrence and
Zoom. Where's my Zoom? Their screen. The fuck is this? Their screen? There's. Okay. You can see my screen.
yep.
Where's the front door?
All right.
I can't fucking see it. There you go. All right. So front
All right.
double.
All right. So we got William Bonac, Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, and Ron Fitzwater, right? So that was the four-man first call out. So I will, so if we're breaking down all four of these, right? So I'll start with Martin, right? So like I thought he came in off.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. I don't know. Maybe if like he looks like watery, like maybe they fed him too much, maybe it was too much diuretic use. Um, but he came way off. Like he was way better at the Olympia, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, what do you think it was with him?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if it was like they fucked up the peak somehow, like you said, or maybe like he just didn't get lean enough because I did see a video of him posing a few days out. You know, I noticed a little bit of skin on the lower back
Okay.
that, like, shouldn't, like, a peak wouldn't cause you to have that. That was
No.
just a matter of body fat.
Mm.
But, I mean, you've seen it happen before. I mean, a really good example of this is I think it was the 2010 Mr. Olympia, maybe 2011, where Kai Green had gotten like fourth his first Olympia. It might have been '09. And the next
Yes.
year, it's like you're going, you're gunning, you're so going so hard, you're like trying so hard to get that next place up, that first place, whatever, that you just you overdo it. Like, was that the situation here? Because like how much Martin wants it. Like Martin,
Oh yeah.
Martin like fucking lives for bodybuilding. Anybody who's seen any content of his,
Oh yeah.
I don't watch a whole lot of content, but I've been trying to catch some of the clips and stuff
Yep.
for before the Olympia because like I'm a big fan of his physique. I really
Yeah.
do like Martin's physique. But yeah, I think that maybe that was the situation with this one. Maybe they just kind of like went too far with how hard they pushed, and the body kind of backfired. I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah. 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 No. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he said he was like 10 pounds up. I think the 10 pounds came on very quick, and it wasn't enough time to condition it, too. That could
Yeah.
have been also it.
Yeah. Oh,
Um.
another thing to note, just if people aren't aware, the placings, the top four here, it's Derek Lunsford who won controversially over Nick Walker, who got second. Martin got third and was a favored to potentially win, missed the mark a bit, and William Bonac coming in as definitely a front runner on paper. He's one of the best bodybuilders here. He's placed what as high as second at the Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah. To
Yeah,
in 2019 to Brandon Curry.
right. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, on paper he's one of the best bodybuilders up here, placing wise.
He's like
Beyond Derek.
45 years old, too.
Yeah, but exactly. People wrote him off for a while, but he's for the most part better than ever. Just from the rear, he's got something going on with that left lat that is very asymmetrical from the right. It's atrophied, but beyond that, is he's great. Like he's fucking fantastic, man.
Yeah.
I actually had him over Martin, to be
I agree.
honest.
I would have had him in third. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So, but nonetheless, got to give a hand off to Stefan and the work he's done with some of these top guys. Because although this wasn't Martin's best, it was still enough to get him top
Oh yeah.
three in one of if not the most competitive show of the year this far so far.
Yeah. He'll probably do New York. I know Nick Walker's doing it.
Yeah,
He'll probably do New York. He'll probably just keep going until he wins, and then just do the Olympia, of course.
yeah. So, what do you think about Nick
Yeah. So
winning or
you
not
wanna
winning?
break down 1 and 2 now?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's good.
So I think if we go pose for pose here, so what I'm seeing here, so Derek's legs. Listen, dude, he's a Mr. Olympia 212 and open. Clearly, the dude's got great legs, but they look downsized significantly from the Arnold Classic. And I don't know if maybe it was just because he's been dieting for so long, he's been this lean, much leaner for so long. Maybe they tried to push the cardio too much. Me personally, and again, this is just a guess. This guy's literally like one of the best in the world, right? So like, we're not criticizing, right? Like, who the fuck are we to criticize? You know what I mean? Somebody like that. But just from an unbiased thing, I think that his training style digs him into the ground too hard when he's been this dieting this long and this lean, if that makes sense.
How does he train? I don't actually keep up with him.
He literally trains like how Branch Warren used to, bro. Like, it's just moving weight. Yeah.
Really, I would never expect
It's
that.
not
Honestly,
it's not as like it's not like bar bouncing off the chest like a trampoline type thing, but it's he's not.
all momentum, probably, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of momentum. It's a lot of like it's high intensity, of course, which is a large part, of course, as we know, of training. But there's not a like when you watch Nick train, slow, controlled, pauses, contractions, meticulous. It's the complete opposite. So in the front double, I have Nick. I think his legs are bigger. I think overall he's bigger, and I think he's a tad drier in that pose.
I agree, 100%.
This pose, I don't think Nick beats anybody in this pose. I think it's his worst pose. I'm going to give this to Derek just based off the shape alone. I don't know if it's how Nick's posing or what. I think his hands need to be lower and out more to kind of open up more. But again, I mean, you know a lot more about posing than me. This is his worst pose.
Yeah, I don't understand why it looks like that. I don't get it. I
I don't
see
either.
like you can kind of hit the front lat spread a couple of different ways, and how he's hitting it, he's kind of only got his thumbs on his body,
Yep,
and I would like to see him put his knuckles on his body and press against the torso to
absolutely.
kind of try to make it look a little bit slimmer, and it would
Yep,
also show his lat width more for sure because
for for for
you
sure.
don't really, I don't know. It's just so weird to say like he doesn't look that muscular in this pose, and he has the most muscle out of like almost anybody in the IPD, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. So I give
um,
this to Derek. So right now
I agree. Yeah,
we would have it 1-1.
if Martin was better conditioned, I would definitely give it to Martin. Actually, Just he's got so much like detail
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
fullness to
if
the
Martin's
chest.
quads were more dug out, his
Yeah,
abs were a little drier, his chest was fuller. Like his chest looks really flat here.
yeah, I
He
agree.
would beat Nick in this pose, but this is a good pose in my opinion for Derek.
Yeah, I agree. And what you were saying earlier about the leg, I agree 100%. You really noticed it on this
Yeah,
lateralis, his right leg. Definitely downsized a little bit, and I think you nailed it. I think it's probably just because he's been like sub 10% body fat for like
bro,
6 months.
fucking yeah, bro.
You
This,
know?
this pose, Nick literally is probably the one of the best side chests in the whole IFBB league.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you just got two like you can't put any more muscle anywhere in this picture.
No, bro, it's ridiculous. Like the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, even the calves, right? His arms are probably the best in the IFBB right now, right?
Yeah.
His delts, his chest, like this pose, like my eye goes right to Nick, and
Yeah.
he's blasting full, dude.
You know what's fucking crazy though is how good are the rest of these guys side chest?
Bro,
And
look at Bonac, bro.
I
Like,
know.
bro, just it's so thick, dude.
Oh yeah, he's just got oodles of muscle, that guy.
Yeah, yeah. Um, side other side chest. Okay, so this is a fucking wacky dude. All of them look insane. Like,
Yeah. I mean you can't really see William because he's so dark.
yeah, but dude, like that's a look at how thick his fucking teres major
I
is, dude.
know. Yeah.
It's
He's got so
ridiculous.
much muscle.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Another one though, like they all have these crazy back doubles.
yes. So this this is like, in my opinion, the toughest, one of the tougher ones to call. So if we're dissecting this from the ground up, right? Nick's hamstrings and adductors are probably from the rear are probably again probably the thickest in the IFBB. Like his
Yeah. They're disgusting. It's disgusting how good his
yeah.
like
So I think the lower half here, like sure, Derek's glutes are more developed, they're bigger, right? They're a little bit more striated, sure, but I would give Nick the bottom half here simply because the hamstrings and the adductors. Just me personally.
dude, I give Nick the top half too,
I
simply
do.
because he's etched out of stone. Like
Yes, I
you
was just
couldn't,
gonna say that. It's
dude.
conditioned as well.
So I was there at New York last year, and
Yep.
it was so evident as soon as he walked out and he turned around that his lower back was all like way off,
Yeah.
and like this is the next level. This is by far the best Nick we've ever
Oh,
seen. Bro,
100%.
you like couldn't even grab this skin on his lower back. It's
No, no.
that
Yeah.
fucking thin.
Yep.
So yeah, like I don't know, and he's just has so much muscle. It's so crazy, bro, because he looks aesthetic in this pose. Like
Yeah.
his waist looks so small, crazy, nice, symmetrical hamstrings and adductor, same thing in his back, and then and he turns around and he's got. But I will say, man, I like how he's hitting his front double now. I really like it a lot better than how he was crunching it.
Yep.
He's kind of like in between, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Before he was kind of like crunching down on it, you know what I mean? But he looks way better. He did. That's the one thing I will say. Like on top of the fact that he nailed it, um, he was like didn't move an inch when he posed. It looked like it was
Right.
effortless, and he
Yep.
kept his gut in the entire fucking time. So
His stomach control was top notch.
yeah, yeah, you know that he literally did everything for the show.
Oh, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, um, all right. So the front double we gave to Nick. The front lat spread we gave to Derek. So it's 1-1. Side chest went to Nick and back double. So we're 3-1 Nick now. So then back lat spread. So this one's a bit tougher because Derek's back in this. I'll tell you what, Nick brought this up a ton. Derek still has the edge on the upper half in this, in my opinion. Just like his erectors, bro, are so thick.
Yeah,
Like, but that bottom half of Nick, dude, like with the hamstrings and the adductors, is ridiculous. So
yeah. Just look
I
at the
think,
size of his leg compared to
bro,
the
it's
size of Derek's
ridiculous.
leg.
It's ridiculous. So like, I think this one could be a toss up.
I personally still have it going to Nick.
Nick, yeah, it's so tough though. I think like if we get to the minutia details, like Nick's lower back again, it is tighter. And his hamstrings and glutes, in my opinion, or the hamstrings and adductor, sorry, would be enough to give it to him over Derek.
Right.
So it would be like 4-1. Sure, like Derek's back's a little thicker here, right? Like you could see the erectors a little more, the rhomboids, Derek's lats are definitely like thicker than Nick's, right? But I still would give it to Nick just based off, like I said, the conditioning's a bit better, which to me should carry you pretty far.
Yeah.
So that's 4-1, Nick.
Side try.
I give this to Nick. His side tricep and side chest, nobody beats, bro. It's just
Yeah, it's
it.
another pose. His side try. He looks pretty damn aesthetic in this pose too.
Yeah, bro. His side shots are very hard to beat. I mean, Derek looks good too. Don't get me wrong in this pose, but I think Nick's like a little drier on the oblique area. And as crazy as it's going to sound, his waist actually looks tinier than Derek's here.
I know, I know. Oh, I will
Um,
say, shape wise, Martin is my favorite in this pose. I think that is a pretty beautiful
shape wise,
side shot.
100%. That's ridiculous. Look at his side of his quad, bro.
Yeah, and look at like just the shape, how
Oh,
round the chest and shoulders are, and then how
yeah,
good and tight
that's
the core
insane.
is.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
can
makes
make
him so dangerous, bro. Is like he's so bubbly, but
bubbly.
he's
Yep,
got a nice, really good midsection in every pose.
yep.
It's not like an artificial like
No,
call it like Nick's like he's not like aesthetic like this.
exactly. Yeah,
Um, like Martin is super aesthetic from the front.
yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah,
So I agree though. This one,
it's supposed to be
I don't
Nick.
know. This one is tough, dude.
And
No,
it
yeah, it's Nick.
is.
He just got too much muscle. It's Nick.
Yeah, his arms, bro.
Evan thigh. It's really not a good pose for either of them, honestly.
No, I agree. I mean, I would give this still to Derek just because of the midsection, like the abdominal shape, and it's an ab and thigh. Um,
Yeah.
Nick's quads, I feel like, would beat him in terms of separation and in conditioning. But if we're looking just at the abs, like, is there another shot of this? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I would give it to Derek.
Yeah, I agree.
So it'd be 5-2. And then this goes to Nick, bro. He just has too much
Oh
fucking
yeah.
bro. It's retarded.
The only person I think
It's
that
crazy
would
looking, dude.
the only person I think that would challenge Nick here is Samson.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. And he has to really like come in shape.
Oh, bro, Samson really needs to come in shape now because like Derek has taken it to another level with his condition. I would
Nick
say at the
has.
Arnold, it was better. Nick was already on another level than Samson. I would
Yeah.
say like in previous years, previous
Uh-huh.
bests. But this is like the best I've ever seen with
Oh
him,
yeah.
and the best I've one of the best I've probably seen in the Open IFBB that I can remember in a
I agree.
while.
I agree. I agree.
Um, like him and Hottie basically are like the
Oh,
two
dude,
hardest
Hottie's
guys.
ridiculous.
Um, I mean, he's really got a lot of guys that are fucking big and hard as fuck. So he's got to really button up for the Olympia.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, we got Nick
Yeah, I mean,
winning. How many over?
6-2. I mean, you could go the quarter turns, like even if you give that to Derek, like it's still not enough to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All right.
pretty much how we saw it. I mean,
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much it.
yeah,
And Crizzo got fifth. I think that was absolutely the right call there for sure.
oh for sure. Yeah, that
Uh,
guy can't pose. He can't pose for shit.
no, he could not, and he was late to finals too. How crazy is that? So yeah, that's pretty much that. And then classic. Actually, let's talk about the top two real quick. Actually,
Yeah, can you pull him up?
yeah, men's classic physique confirmation.
I
I
love
will
that they
say,
release those up.
yeah. Oh yeah, and they did these like immediately too. They didn't waste a second. Um, not going to face the front here. This is not what. Here we go. Top four. All right. So top four, we have, I guess, in numerical order, we have Terrence Ruffin, Jose Ma, Mike, what was it? Nagy,
Yeah, Nagy or something. Yep.
um, from Hungary, I remember, and then
Brady Quinn. King.
Brady,
King. King.
Brady King. Sorry, I should know that, because I do follow him, just being a fellow competitor. So this is the top four, top two. Given that Terrence won over Josema, it was a tough call. There's definitely argument for Josema to win, simply because I mean, when you look at it from a weaknesses perspective, I mean, neither of them really have a glaring weakness. I would say maybe a little bit on the quad for
Yep.
Josema, but his condition was just like unlike anything
It
I've
was.
seen.
Yeah, it was insane.
Again, I know like you and I kind of bias condition over other things,
Yes.
maybe subconsciously, but like when I tell you this
Oh, bro,
dude's,
his look at his hamstrings, bro.
yeah, like, and not to say that Terrence wasn't in condition, but like
I mean, dude, look
he,
at Terrence's glutes, bro. That's insane.
oh yeah, no, they're like the butterfly glutes that like Ronnie Coleman had. They compare it to, and I
Isn't
definitely
that
see it,
crazy?
dude. I mean, I'm a huge Terrence fan, dude. I mean, I've followed him since 2014 when he turned pro, and I have him potentially beating Mike at the Olympia, honestly.
It's going to be a
Um,
battle, bro. It's going to be a battle.
yeah. Well, what did you think? Did you think
Uh,
Terrence should have
so
won, or
so the front can we you want to go through the five poses real quick?
yeah? Let's try to go through quick so we don't kill the whole podcast on it, but because we could
uh
fucking sit here. I'll talk about the
oh,
shit all
bro.
day, bro. Like,
Yeah, oh, me too. It'd be like 4 hours later. So this pose I would give to Terrence simply based off of having more sweep on the quads
yeah,
and a smaller waist. Just based
okay, yeah,
off
I
the
agree with that.
just based off the division for classic, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
All right. Side chest, I'm giving to Jose.
okay,
I think that the conditioning on that side leg is fucking insanity. It's crazy looking, dude. Look at the split between the quad and the hamstring, bro. It looks like you could stick a finger in there, bro.
yeah,
Um, the back,
your double
I would give to Jose too.
Jose. You have to, bro. This is
It's
nuts.
insane, bro. The
This is the
density
best
and the
back
thickness,
double. It's the best back double in the league.
bro,
Like, it
that looks,
arguably was better than like. I mean, I would have to see him next to C-Bone, honestly, but like, that's the only person I could see beating this.
bro. The glutes and the hamstring conditioning, that is like next level.
Yeah.
And his back looks like granite stone. Um, what's on your mind? All right, so this one I'm giving to Terrence.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
Again,
such a
you're
pretty
right. The
pose, man.
quads, the
Quads,
quads are a
the
little off on
waistline,
Jose
bro.
too.
So we have 2-2 really,
Right. And we only
which
got one
is which
post to
is
finish us off here.
again. This is probably where Terrence won it, simply again based off the waistline and the quads.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right.
If that guy Jose can bring his quads up, it's not even his teardrops are massive. Look at his teardrop on his back leg, bro. It's not that.
Yeah,
It's just the outer sweep on the lower half of the quad.
yeah, and I think that's more so just like a muscle belly thing. I don't think
Yeah,
that's a
it could just be his genetics, which sucks. But I would say if that came up somehow, this could go either way.
yeah, yeah, I agree. No,
Because
but
because if
at the
he
end of the
brings
day,
and
I
he
could totally see Jose finishing like top five this year for fucking
for
sure.
sure, bro. I mean, the conditioning alone. I was gonna say if he brings that quad up another inch or two on the outside, it's gonna make his waist look even smaller. And I think in this pose he could bring his lats up a little bit more, and his waist gonna look even smaller.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
So I
Oh,
think that's kind of where the split went.
yep. Hats off to I was super impressed by
Bro, those
Mike.
quads are insane. His quads are
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, dude, just a fucking good physique, man. Overall, super clean, really good, big
Crazy, bro.
dude,
Look at his
super
quads, dude.
classic. Yep, yep.
His quads remind me
I
of yours, bro. Honestly,
I was just gonna say, I bet you Weinberger tells him this to stop pinning his quads too, and he
I
does. He
wasn't
probably
going
does.
there. I was just saying, bro. Like your outer sweeps, dude. Like how crazy they
No,
are. They look
that's my whole
similar.
point.
Yeah, they
For
look
those that
similar.
don't know the story, I've seen Weinberger, and every time I see him, he tells me to stop pinning my quads, and I don't pin my
Yeah, Matt
quads.
doesn't pin his quads.
I have like a high insertion on my lateralis, and I have a very similar muscle belly to Mike,
Yeah.
where it's like it's almost like I have two peaks to my lateralis,
Yeah.
and it's always been like that. And obviously, Mike has very similar quad insertions to mine. He has better teardrops than mine for sure, much better teardrops. I have much more depth to my rectus
Yeah.
femoris,
And
and
yeah.
I have more
Adductor.
sartorius. I would say
Yeah.
we probably have similar amount of adductor,
Similar
but I have
adductor.
more sartorius. I will say I do objectively think my quads are better than this.
I think your upper body too.
I don't know about right now because I definitely
Uh,
still need some fullness back, but I
in
have bigger
in this
arms.
pose, I think you're
Yeah,
shape.
well, my front double is pretty lethal. So
Yeah,
I
I think shape wise is better, man.
there's only two guys up here that are beating me in a front double.
Yeah, not on the right. I don't. That guy Brady, like
But
I
he nailed it. He fucking came on, bro. He looked
oh, he
sick.
was on, but like I think he's a bodybuilder. Like he's in 212 or open. He's not classy.
Objective, and he's gonna get this feedback from anybody. So he wouldn't even need to. It wouldn't be news to him. Is he's not proportionate. He is very upper top heavy. His legs are very narrow.
I think
That
it's
being,
because all he does is squat too heavy. I don't think it's. I think he needs to go a little lighter and slow things down and start working on more of like.
I mean, I don't know how he trains. You know, that's what they could
Oh,
also just be
he
doing.
literally just squats like 6 plates, bro. Like it's just.
Well, I mean, fucking respect to you for doing it because like that's a
Yeah,
lot of
right.
fucking weight. But yeah, I mean, if you gotta train smart, you
Yeah,
know. But yeah,
but
anyway.
he came in on his
Oh,
conditioning
dude,
was
his back double bicep.
is insane.
Same sentiment to Jose
Yeah,
Ma.
it's
Like
ridiculous.
one of the best in the league. Like this is
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely fucking insane.
yeah.
The only feedback at all you could have is more arms and more like adductor
Inner gap.
hamstring
Yeah,
area. But like we're nitpicking here. This is a lethal
yeah.
fucking
Oh yeah,
bicep.
yeah.
And again, condition just absurd peak,
Oh yeah.
fucking perfectly. Like I'm not saying anything bad here. All just
Another
pointing
guy
out the
who's
truth.
coached
You
by
know.
Bossabella.
Is he really? Oh yeah. See, not surprised. Like the dude is fantastic. I don't know who his coach is. Do you know, Mike?
Do you know his Instagram?
No, I don't know who Josema's name, his wife coach is. I don't know his wife either. You know, brother.
You say Jose Ma. Yeah,
Doesn't matter. Anyway, I think that
yeah,
probably wraps it up for Pittsburgh, right?
yeah, for sure, bro.
Stop sharing screen.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro, I gotta,
everybody showed up at Pittsburgh, dude.
bro, look at this shit. Hold on, real quick. I just have to show this, bro. What the fuck is it, dude? Look at this. Look at this conditioning. What the fuck, dude? Holy
Unbelievable.
hell, bro! Look at the side of his leg, dude. Bro, that's insane. Insane. Like if he won and Tyler Manning made a video and was like, "We just gave it to him off condition," I wouldn't even be mad. Bro, that's
No, I mean
ridiculous.
you can't look at him.
Bro, what the fuck, dude?
Well, that's really good transition pose.
Bro, look at his glutes and hamstrings. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah, that's ridiculous, dude.
Yep.
Bro, that's insanity. That is crazy. But
I'm gonna
yeah,
back
sorry,
up
I
the
just
screen.
saw that. I'm like, yeah, I gotta share that. All right. So yeah, we could talk about that all day. What else were we what do you want to do next? We'll do
Walking the walk, right?
walk in the walk. All right. Go ahead. Kick it off.
Walking the walk. You even know where to start with this one.
Yeah.
Well,
So
look, I mean, at the end of the day, this comes from a place of I want to see people who need proper guidance get the proper guidance, right? It sucks when you have somebody, who really wants to do well at something and has the potential and has the discipline and all, everything that you need to do well. And they just get paired by or coached with or trained by or just poor advice from somebody who has not walked the walk. And thinks that they know how to get there, right? Or maybe they walked the walk a long time ago, and they were actually never that good at it. and now they're giving guidance, right? So my whole thing is, I think when you're seeking guidance, whether it's your coach, your posing coach, whatever, look at like what you're trying to achieve and see if that person's ever been able to achieve it themselves. Right. And you see this very often. There's two scenarios, at least from my perspective. There is the old heads who were never that good. When we competed 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they're still trying to monetize what little knowledge they have about bodybuilding. And those are the people that are literally doing like the stupidest, like chicken, broccoli, salmon, tilapia, asparagus only type diets with hours and hours of cardio and like the most random drug
Yeah.
protocols that are like super
And
old
they
school.
and they don't even know what a refeed day is.
Right, exactly. And like they're just stuck in their ways and they don't know anything about blood work or anything modern about drugs or anything, right? And like those people in and of themselves, like whereas there are some nuggets you could get out of folks like that, they're generally just not the right people to be getting guidance from. I'm a firm fucking believer for posing coaching and regular coaching that you need to be a student of the game. Everything is evolving on both ends. So you need to be in the game to know like what is current, you know. The second somebody walks away, they stop competing themselves, unless they're in it full time still in some way, shape, or form, or not full time, you know what I mean? They're still entrenched in the industry in some way, shape, or form, and on top of shows, who's winning. They're not the right person to work with. Period. End of story. I'm sorry. Especially like I mean, It's almost equally as important for both coaching and posing. Um, so that's kind of the first piece, and the second piece is the opposite end of the spectrum, and that's the really new people who just get into competing or are really young and think that they know everything because they like to read studies and listen to a lot of Jeff Nippard and all this stuff, right? And all these super science-based guys. And I like Jeff Nippard. I'm not talking shit about Jeff, actually. I like him and his content. Did one of his programs before I started working with you back in the day in 2021.
I do
So
actually like his content. I think he's very articulate with the way he speaks. He's very good at explaining things, and he doesn't put out bad shit. Like everything he says is scientifically accurate. I
he
just
walks the
me
walk.
like, yeah, he does, and then like he's got good stuff, man. Like, I watched like one of his quad day video tips after like last year after my surgery and shit, like just to get like some better tips on how the fuck I can be smarter instead of fucking maybe tearing my other one or some shit or redoing it, like he puts good shit out. But you're right. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say I know everything he puts out is good because I'm pretty sure there is some content he puts out that's a little stupid.
Oh,
But
I'm sure. Yeah.
either way, my whole point being is the opposite end of the spectrum from the old heads are the really new people that get into it that just are competing. They're all most of them are very science based,
Yep.
but a lot of them are just they take what their coach did and then they just do it the same exact thing with their clients. And it's really easy to spot because it's usually young people. They've only done one or two shows. They've never really done well themselves, and a lot of their clients they just show up year over year looking like shit. So again, like I'm not out here trying to like talk shit. It's just now that I've been in the game 2.5 years, I have quite a few clients, and like I get so many stories that people bring to me. It's just really shitty to see what's out there, and you really want to see when you love something as much as we do, like coaching and bodybuilding. You want to see people like getting the right guidance, right? Like I said, to kind of round out my point here is when you have somebody who is like eager and passionate and disciplined and they just want to achieve something, and then you have these fucking idiots that are like, oh, we fucking do stupid shit. It's really disheartening because you just see their time being wasted, and there is a level of just being a professional and not like coaching people, but it's like sometimes it gets to a point where you hear such asinine or dangerous things that you almost want to just be like, dude, I need to pull you aside and say you need to stop, like so that's just my whole point.
Yeah. So I agree with everything you said. I think when somebody has walked the walk, and I think that we can also divide that walk the walk into a very fine line. I don't think somebody who's done one fucking show at the age of 20 has walked the walk enough to then go on Instagram and put, I'm taking on 10 clients and I'm charging them money. You did not walk the walk, right? In my
Right.
opinion.
You know
You
what a good opportunity for you to do at that point is if you want to get into coaching Make sure
Get
you
a mentor.
get it set, have somebody that you can lean on as a mentor, and take on a few clients for free.
That's what I did, dude. Remember?
Maybe that's what I did too. Maybe it's your cousin. Maybe it's your really good friend. Maybe it's that dude you've been buddies with on fucking Instagram for the past 3 years
Yeah.
that you,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you just don't like to
You could
link.
reach out to Matt or I too. We'd be happy to mentor you, as long as we you're a good person, and you
Mhm.
align with our fucking values and morals. But we're happy to fucking help people. It's just don't do a show, say you walk the walk, show it up at fucking 18% body fat, put NQ in your fucking Instagram bio, make a TikTok, and then fucking say you're an online coach. That is probably my biggest fucking pet peeve. And I know when Sam was on here, like one of the ones we did like a couple months ago, that is like I said the same thing, almost identical. Like that is probably my biggest pet peeve with coaching now. It's like people do one show, they're not in real fucking shape, and they're a coach. It doesn't constitute you to be a fucking coach because you've done one bodybuilding show. Walking the walk, in my opinion, means you have consistently done this, but you've also consistently made progress, and not just in size and muscularity, but also in your conditioning. And you've actually nailed it, right? Like over time, you've gotten better. That, in my opinion, is what walking the walk is. Anybody can do one bodybuilding show and show up and be 50%. But you show up and be 100% of what you can be, then you get better. Take the off season serious, like it's prep, because that's how real bodybuilding is, right? Walk the walk again, do another show, get better, then do it again and get better, right? Like we did, right? Like a lot of good fucking coaches have done, right? That is what walking the walk is to me. It's not just doing one show and then fucking saying I'm a coach. Like you said, neither one of us are going to take anybody fucking serious. Like you shouldn't be coaching people, especially with PEDs, and if you've never, and how to get in shape if you've never been in shape either. And
Yeah,
like,
that's one area, dude. Like, especially of the PEDs, is like I'm highly cognizant of, and as are you, of your clients' like well-being, like their
yeah,
mental health, their emotional
yeah,
health, right? So whenever you put something in, especially something that is like known to make you feel like shit, like whether it might be like a trend or like a oral, we'll say, always like, hey, keep monitor how you feel, right? Like and you always start with like the lowest effective dose, if not lower than that, right?
yeah,
Because like it's hard to say, like, if you are a coach who's never been there and never done that, how do you know what it's like to feel to take like 20 milligrams of halo when your body fat is like 5%? Like, could I like,
yeah.
I
That's a
don't know.
good
It's
point.
just
Don't tell anybody to take something if you've never taken it yourself. You can't. So like, what happens if you're telling me, dude, right? Hypothetically, or vice versa, I'm telling you to take Tren, and I've never taken it myself, and you come to me like, dude, I got Tren cough, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, what the fuck? That's not coaching. There is such a high level of responsibility that comes with it. Whether anybody wants to argue with us or not, there fucking is, right? Like that too, and like people telling that people to read their lab work and they have no idea what the fuck they're looking at. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of coaches that don't even ask for lab work. So
that's
that
a
too.
whole nother fucking thing, bro. But like, but a lot of the shit ties in, man, right? Like walking the walk and like people just giving shit advice because they never walk the walk, right?
Yeah.
So, a few things though to kind of touch on, like with the walking the walk type thing, like a few things that walking the walk, in my opinion, do, right? Like right away, it gives you credibility and it's going to allow somebody to trust you more, right? Like, if someone's on the phone with one of us and it's like, yeah, okay, you're a pro, you've done fucking a ton of shows, right? Me, like, done a ton of shows, like, been on national stage, but we've also been in condition every show we've done.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's gonna
Yeah,
instantly build trust with somebody where, like, oh wow, they really have walked the walk. They know what it takes to get there, and it's also credibility.
yeah,
Like that's huge, right? Um,
yeah. Yeah, not even from like a coaching aspect, but even from an athlete perspective, there's so many people that are just they talk, right? And we kind of touched on this a few weeks ago
so,
when Sam was here. It's like I just look. You have to believe in yourself if you're going to take this to a high level for fucking sure. So absolutely, like when you're there, like you better tell yourself that I'm training to win, right? If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is. But be the type that is going all over your social media, like, oh, I'm coming to win, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, it's
Oh yeah,
always those people that fall flat on their face. Now, look, if this is your fucking you've gotten third at nationals or whatever, you missed your pro card by one spot 3 times in a row or whatever, two
yeah,
times in a row, and you're
yeah.
going for third, sure. Hey, dude, like you earn the right to say you're coming to win.
Yeah,
Like
because at
you've been
that
that
point
close. Like
you have a physique ready to be right there.
exactly. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not like this is not a hard and fast rule that you're an arrogant piece of shit. Like you're fucking Nick Walker, you just got second and you're going to New York Pro,
Oh
or
yeah, you're
even
like, I'm gonna go win the New York
yeah,
Pro.
you're
Yeah,
gonna go win. And even then, when he wins New York, like with the physique he brought, go to the Olympia and go ahead and say you're gonna win this year, dude.
yeah,
Like
be
I
like,
think you
yo,
earned that right.
like I'm top two this year, the way I look. Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's different, right? Again, walking the
yeah,
walk. He shows up and he fucking keeps getting better. Like how
exactly.
listen, I know the dude like tore his hamstring, had to pull out of the Olympia, and showed up at the New York Pro shit that didn't do the Olympia, but dude, he like showed back the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, well, dude, again, I don't watch a lot of content from these guys, but I saw a clip on one of the Instagram pages, and it was like, he said, "I know I can't fuck up." Because he did have a big mouth, and bro, he fucking put his money where his mouth is, and he showed up better than ever. Like that was seriously impressive.
yeah, fucking right, dude. Man, we give credit where credit's due, you know. I
One
mean,
hundred fucking percent, dude.
yeah,
But
man.
yeah, that's the whole point. It's like the ones like, and again, it's usually when we're talking about like the amateurs. It's like when you're just on your Instagram, oh, I'm gonna win, blah blah blah. Dude, those are always the ones that just fall flat on their face.
All the
Just
time.
shut up and do it. Walk the walk. Doing it
Dude,
for the wrong reasons if you have to like spout it about like that. If Instagram broke tomorrow,
that's a
ask
great
yourself
point.
that. If Instagram went away tomorrow and TikTok went away tomorrow, would you still bodybuild? And I will tell you right now, I will would 1,000,000%.
Oh, fucking brilliant. I'd be in my shed still every day training my balls off.
Yeah.
You'd
Well,
still be up at 5 a.m. training. It because we love it. You know, we love to train. We love bodybuilding. Like, dude, me and you, as close as we ever talk about bodybuilding all the fucking time. Like the shows, we talk about the bikini division. Like that's how much
no,
we love
all the
bodybuilding.
bikini division. I told
Yeah,
Sam yesterday, I think I like coaching women more than I coaching men.
you told me that
Specifically
today.
because like I was you. Yeah, because you have to pay attention to like every little fucking detail because they're so sensitive across the board to like metabolic downregulation, right? The fatigue and all that. So you really got to be on top of it. Like I feel like I have my women check in like minimum 3 times a week, if not more.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
Since forever out too.
yeah, it is fun. There is still something though about like the bodybuilder in me, man, that like when someone like Matt or David, dude, or like they're all 4 weeks out and like everything's just cranking. And like
Yeah,
when
I
you
get
see
it.
like a photo, dude, like a back and front shot, like after like a 2 day high refeed, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
that there's
Mhm.
just something like that still just gets it go, you know, just it's so cool. It's
Yeah. Yeah, I
you
mean, part
know,
of it with me too is probably just because, but every client gets the same amount of attention. Obviously,
of
everybody's just as
course, yeah.
important. But like, my wife is my wife, and she is a bikini competitor, and like, I'm
Yep,
so invested in
of course.
bringing the absolute best look for her, like as her husband too. I want to see her do well. So I'm just that I'm very excited about.
I am too. Just some of my best friends. She looks great.
Man, I'm so excited to see her look.
Her glutes have literally lost not 1 ounce of fullness.
Yeah, well, it's funny because
It's
we were
because it's
taking
real
pictures
muscle.
on. Well,
It's just
yeah, it's real muscle. But we were taking pictures on Friday, and she was like pretty flat. And then I fed her up like massively on Saturday, with including 5 guys, and I fed her up again on Sunday. And today it's like crazy, crazy how good she looks.
tighter and probably still full.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna have to increase her base food. Honestly, she's like just cranking. Still only on 30 minutes of cardio, like
It's just like I mean,
easiest prep ever.
so but it's also a testament to her dedication and work ethic in the off season.
Oh yeah. And like us, it just comes naturally. It's not work to her. It's just
It's what
doing
she
the
loves to
do.
do. She enjoys fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, man. Like when you love to do it, like you said, if TikTok and Instagram went away tomorrow, you'd still just be eating your meals and trading because you love it. You know, like me, I'm not gonna not train. Like I don't give a fuck if Instagram. The only reason I'd be upset if Instagram went away is for our business.
Well,
That's
yeah,
it.
that's that. It would suck ass because like I make a
And
lot of
then we're
money through my
fucked.
presence on social media. You know.
Yeah, yeah, but that I don't give a fuck about it for my own personal bodybuilding. Like if it went away and they were like, you can do a prep next year again after 5 years, and you can't post anything about your prep or yourself. I'd be like, okay, whatever, I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I'm still doing the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
What's our
time.
last topic?
Plateaus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what do we do when a client hits a plateau? It's really good
So
because your plateau could be in any direction. You know,
I
you're
was just
getting
about to say,
bigger.
I literally was word for word. I was just about to say, I was like, what?
Yeah.
There's so many different directions a plateau could be, right? Is it a fat loss plateau? Is it a weight gaining plateau, right? Like in the off season, like we said, a dieting plateau. Is it a training plateau, right? So,
So I would boil it down to two, right? So let's just call it because effectively we're talking about bodybuilding on this podcast.
yeah,
Getting ready for a show or
yeah, let's go. Yeah,
getting bigger. One or the other. Basically, the main point is like you have a problem. This person, let's just say, can't isn't getting any bigger for whatever
yep,
reason. They're not gaining any weight. Like you troubleshoot. Like that's the first thing you have to do is you have to troubleshoot. Like, okay, what are
yep,
the potential causes here?
yep,
Um, so maybe talk about it from the context of a diet, right? You're saying if somebody in prep, you know, you're pushing them however much, right? We'll just say you have a pretty decent push and like nothing is happening. What do you do? Where do you go from there?
So if we're pushing somebody and nothing's happening, this is obviously signaling to us that there's a stress, a huge stress factor, right? So we need to more than likely pull back. So, what I would probably do in this case is I'd give somebody a diet break. I would start with 3 days, and they would be sending me pictures every day of the 3 days, right? And their weight, and I would see the trend in the data there. More than likely, it would probably end up being a 5 to 7 day diet break. So depending where their cardio is at, it would be either cut in full or cut at least at minimum at 50%. So say I had them doing 45 minutes of cardio, I'm either cutting that down to zero and just having their NEAT in there. And I might even decrease that because again, we're trying to drop a massive amount of stress to break through the plateau, right? So if they're doing like 45 minutes of cardio, maybe those first 3 days I'll have them do only 20 minutes. Right. And then if after 3 days they're still feeling that cardio is gone, I'll even maybe at that point decrease their need, be like, listen, we don't need to move as much. I need you to just chill out. Right. Maybe throw a free meal in there, but their food's going to go up a pretty decent amount at that point. If
Oh, here,
it's
let's break this down real quick because it's just so natural to you because you've been doing it for so long. But I want to break down like we talked about a few weeks ago is like not everybody could be a coach because like it's not a low IQ activity to be completely
yeah,
honest.
my
Like
bad. You just
the
asked me a question. I
process,
just started going.
yeah, no, this is the point I wanted to make. Like this shit is not like it's not that hard in the grand scheme of things, but like in order to be a very effective coach at a high level, you need to take a problem like anything else in life and try to understand what's causing the problem and what are the potential ways to solve the problem. So right here, the problem is we plateaued, right? We've been pushing and we plateaued. We're not getting any better, right? So to you, like, okay, like you said, what is the potential cause of that? It's most likely stress, right? We're pushing too hard. There's a lot of systemic fatigue on the body, and it's just not working right. The body's saying, nope, not going to focus on losing weight right now. I'm going to focus on not dying right now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So how do we then reduce that stress? The levers we can pull is we have more food, right? We have dropping cardio and just focusing on meat, and then we have training, right? Those are potential, and the only other potential lever is drugs, right? Can we increase the drugs? So, what you're saying is looking at those levers, you're gonna increase their food, right, for a period of time, and you're getting pictures every day. You're going to reduce the cardio potentially entirely. Maybe it's just cut it in half, whatever,
yep.
right? But the next lever is going to be the cardio. The next is the training. Something I don't know if you really got into it, but like my perspective here is maybe it is have them do a deload for those few days, right?
I was just about to say that. I would tell them to
Maybe
cut
it's
their weight in half.
cut your weight in half, cut your training, or maybe you tell them take an extra rest day.
Yeah, I was
Those
just
are
saying that
one
too.
of the two things I need to do. And on top of that, I do kind of like a mental health check with the athlete. Like
Yep.
Hey, do you mentally need to be in the gym today? Because some people, like myself, bro, like if I'd be pissed if Jacoby was like, take the day off. Like if they're the type that needs to be in the gym, I'm like, all right, go in, think of this as active recovery, go get a little pump of whatever you're
Yeah,
feeling that
exactly.
day,
Right.
and
Yeah.
get
Cut
out of
up
there, you
go
know?
50% and just get blood in there, right? Maybe
Yep.
add 5 reps to everything we have you doing, just so you're not going as heavy. It's forcing you to go a little lighter. And we're just forcing blood in the muscle, you know?
Right. Yep. And
Oh
the
my
last
God.
piece is the last lever really is PEDs. So the last thing I would pull,
Yeah.
and the last lever I would play with in terms of managing fatigue. But if it is somebody who is in prep that is on cycles, there are, if they're not taking growth hormone, that might be something that I add at that point. Or
Yep.
maybe it's at a point in prep where it does warrant increase in dosage, right? So these aren't levers I would all pull at once, right? Again, the PEDs would probably be the last lever to ever be pulled here, but there is
Yeah.
a
The
potential.
the
But yeah, this is essentially how you what you just laid out. I just broke down
yeah,
in a
exactly.
process. But that's the point. Like this is so natural to you after what, like 5, 6 years of doing it, 4 or 5 years of doing it. Like it's like that. But I just kind of wanted to break it down for the people that
No, no, you're
there
right.
is a
Because like
real process to solving a plateau.
I'll tell you what though, man, there's still some people. I'm not mentioning names, but there's still some people after 5, 6 years that still can't fucking do that. But yeah.
But that's the whole point. Like it's not even really a matter of like the want or willingness to do it. It's like
Oh,
are you intelligent enough to know how to
to
solve
do
a
it, yeah,
problem?
yeah, and
If
unfortunately, coaching is still a skill, and unfortunately, not everybody that tries everything is good at everything. Right? I'm not going to go play basketball and be better than LeBron James. It just is what it is. So yeah, it is what it
dude,
is.
like I'm yeah, exactly. I'm not handy. Like if I punched a hole in the wall and you said to
I
replace
can't.
something in the
I'm
wall,
paying somebody to fix
I'm
the
done
fucking
paying somebody
hole.
to fucking for my
Yeah, I don't know how to
stupidity
do
of
that
punching the
shit.
wall.
I don't even know how to put
You
a new
know?
fucking outlet in. I'm not scared to do that, but if I tried to do it, I'd electrocute myself and fucking die. So I'm
Right.
paying somebody to do it. I'm not going to try and be an electrician. Like,
Well,
so
dude, electric is like another story because like you could fucking die, you know. But like
yeah.
drywall, I don't know if I'm gonna die if I
But
could
you
change
make a
out some
good point
drywall.
though, because man, like again, I'm not going to mention any names, but I've literally had people come to me and like the one female is just the worst of the drugs. Like, if you have a female on trend, like you need to go to fucking jail. Like, you're a fucking piece of shit, and you clearly do not have a business taking people's money and calling yourself a coach. I will die on that hill.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But like, you don't fucking do that to a female. You know, you also shouldn't have a fucking dude taking 900 milligrams of Trent. Like, you're also a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so much trying, man. Oh my
you
God.
know what I mean? But like, this is shit that we've heard. Like, but like these are the same type of people that are just doing this to take people's money, and they're not actually like learning anything or good at the fucking job. Like sure, like people can take mentorships, man, but like at the end of the day, too, like you still need to have like some type of eye like that you have to like know like when somebody's flat or full. Like, you know what I mean?
Uh, uh,
Dude,
definitely.
like you said, you also have to be wired in the brain to be able to solve a fucking problem. Like, you can't just panic as a coach, like you can't see
Yeah, you don't just like
somebody.
throw a cookie cutter at it, right? Like you
No,
gotta
dude, you
program.
can't. Like, and the sad part is, man, a lot of fucking coaches nowadays, somebody comes to them and they're plateaued. What the fuck do? Less food, more cardio.
Yeah,
Less food,
exactly.
more cardio. And they start making the fucking problem worse. They don't know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
and it's so frustrating, but then they come to good coaches and we have to fix the fucking problem. Like, sure, if you have to eat as a bikini girl, if you have to in the last 4 weeks you're eating 11, 1,200 calories, sure, but like if your coach has you on 1,200 calories at 20 weeks out, there's a problem. Like, there is a problem. They don't know what they're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, look how high Sam's food was, and look how high her high days continue to go. I look at somebody like Alyssa. She's just starting her prep today. She's 20 and a half weeks out of Big Cat. Her literally, bro, her fucking base like diet days are 400 carbs. But like she literally has only, she's only like 18 pounds above where her stage weight was. You
Yeah,
know,
it's a lot of food.
so but it's like she gets it, she eats it though, but like her body composition was handling it fine, but it's like but again, like you don't do that, like people listen, but like and they them listening and being consistent is what allows them to get up to that, right? Like
Oh yeah,
Sam being able to eat Five Guys every weekend and 500 carbs is again a testament to her off season and how well she listens to her plan, and you paying attention to the cues and the data she gives you as a good coach to be able to feed her that and build her metabolic rate to be able to handle that. Like
yeah,
shitty coaches don't know what the fuck you're talking about when you say that. You
yeah.
know,
And it always goes back to walking the walk. Like again, if
that's
the
what I
coach
mean.
hasn't been
Like,
there and done that, it's like I don't know.
bro, it's the truth, man. It's just it is what it is, but we were talking about plateau, so
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
we just they all go hand in hand with like a lot of shit we talk about. So it's tough, right? But like you said, we have the dieting plateau, right? We kind of broke you broke that down like perfectly, But these are
yeah.
all
And another
different.
thing is like another good thing to help with plateaus is like maybe it's blood work, right? If you
Yeah,
got somebody who like maybe you're in prep and you're not pushing that hard and you keep making changes and nothing's really happening, like all right, hey, can you get blood work real quick? And maybe they have something going on with their thyroid.
yeah,
It's like all
but
right, so
again,
maybe
you have to be able to read lab work to even know what the fuck you're looking at on the
right,
thyroid. Like,
right,
dude, and for the fucking love of God, sorry, you're just like making me go off on a rant with this shit now. For the love of God, do not go off the fucking range, the range that's on the
right. I
blood
was
work.
just gonna
Please,
say that,
for
dude. That's so
fuck's
funny.
sake, if somebody's TSH is 4.5, please, because it's in range, please do not fucking say, oh, well, the doctor said they were okay. No, please just
Right.
do not fucking do that. If somebody's TSH is 1.0 and another person's is 4.5 and they're both within the range, they're not both okay. Just please, for the
Yeah.
love of fucking God, if you want to do this, just fucking learn from somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm getting
And
fucking
no,
agitated.
you're
Like it
you're
shit pisses
100%
me
right.
off.
No, but you're 100% right. So like those who aren't understanding what Steve said, when you have a blood work sheet, it'll say the normal range might be some labs vary, but it might be like 1 to 4 or something like that.
Yeah,
That is not necessarily indicative that you're in a good range because let's just say, for example, you are somebody who decent body composition, your diet, you're dieting and things are not going anywhere. We get your lab work and realize your TSH is 4, like your thyroid is working hard to try to stimulate more
oh,
T3 to have your metabolic rate be like accurate, right? um like something is wrong there. So a doctor, when they see that and it says, oh, within normal range, most general care physicians are like, oh, no, your blood work is good.
yeah, and they also only think that TSH is what you need to fucking see if your thyroid's okay, which is just no. Like,
Right, right. I agree. I mean, if I needed one, I almost would rather the T3 just because if that's fucked, then like that
yeah,
there's
yeah.
then
If they're like,
the
oh, we're only
TSH
going
is
to
going to
check
be
one,
off.
tell me what your free T3 is.
Right,
Like,
right, exactly. Because yeah, if that's off, then that the TSH is
I
off and
just went on a
T4.
fucking tangent, bro. Sorry, but like, also
No, no,
too,
you're good.
here's another thyroid one too, right? I'm working with this guy. I think I told you about this before. He's a decently sized guy. Never competed before. He wants to compete next year. He's Hashimoto's, right? I'm not gonna say. I'll tell you after, but I think I told you about him before. I just don't want to say his name on here.
Of course.
But he wants to compete next year. The guy's got insane quads and insane arms, like just genetically, right? But he has Hashimoto's. His TSA, he stopped taking T4 on his own, and his doc, I don't know if his doctor did, but if the doctor did, they should never be able to fucking practice medicine again because his TSH is 11. Yeah. And right? So
That's
what gets worse
crazy.
is I'm telling him he needs at least 125 micrograms of T4. He's 230 pounds. The doctor told him no, 25 micrograms. So I said, okay, dude, go listen to the doctor. No, he just started. I have to gain your trust and vice versa,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
This was 4 months ago. He just got blood work last week. 25 micrograms of T4 a day. Guess what? His fucking TSH went down only 0.1. I
I was
said,
gonna say, yeah, he was gonna say
only
it's
point
probably
one.
like 10.
He was like, the doctor wants me to go up to 50. I'm like, dude, just at this point, please just listen to me. You need 125 micrograms minimum. You might even need 150. You have
Right,
Hashimoto's and your TSH is 11.
right.
So he's like, I'm just going to listen to you. Clear the doctor. I'm like, I wish you listened 4 months ago. We need to solve that before you even go to do a prep, bro. Like, you can't diet with a TSH that high, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, and the Hashimoto's is a whole nother fucking
It's a whole
like,
other fucking.
yeah, that's a whole fucking thing. But
But
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
worry,
it's
the
funny
code.
because we coach all different fucking, even though we're bodybuilding coaches, we obviously do lifestyle, but there's so many different folks that you deal with. And again, I think that also weeds out some of the real coaches from the shitty ones because
Yeah, I was gonna say,
a
but
lot of
don't
people
worry.
wouldn't want to entertain that, right? Like I have a bariatric patient who got bariatric surgery a year ago who I work with. I have a client who's pescatarian who competes. I have somebody with like really bad IBS that we have like a specific diet for. Like, you learn a lot when you deal with these type of people. Um, so yeah,
Bro.
it's
But
fun though. It's fun and it's nice to
what
help
did you
them.
say though? It leads back. Yeah, it is 100, but it leads back to what you said 20 minutes ago. About being able to take a problem. We do our research. We go to we have each other. We have other sources we can go to. We have the internet. It's phenomenal, right? It was just fucking made yesterday. Go figure, right? Like we have the internet that you can go to, and you can learn a fuck ton if you take the time to get better at the craft you're trying to do. But instead, people will keep paying somebody $50 a month, right? That has done one bodybuilding show in Omaha and put NQ in their bio, and they'll get fucking worse and more unhealthy. And it just doesn't work like that, right? You're gonna pay for what you get. Bottom line. Bottom line.
100%.
Bro, I literally just went off on a tangent. It actually felt really good.
Yeah,
Like,
good for you. Proud of you.
no, because dude, I'm so tired of people coming to us and being fucked up from people who literally don't walk the walk and don't get help. Like, there's plenty of top elite mentors out there. Austin Stout, Johnny, just to name two, right? Like there's other ones too, right? That you can literally pay, right? If you want to get an education from a college, what do? You pay and you go get educated, right? But because you did one bodybuilding show, you just automatically think you know how to read lab work and can fucking fix somebody's TSH and diet them down. No, pay, get educated on what you're trying to become better at and walk the walk, keep getting better yourself, right? Show them you're doing it yourself, right? And doing what you're guiding them to do, and just get educated. Get educated from someone who's been there, done that, and knows more than like that's a big thing too, man. Is continuing education. Like you should be getting better. Like me and you learn something. I would say probably at least 10 new things every single week, just based off of the clientele we have at this point and experience, but also from each other, and also just based off the situations we're dealing with now. Bariatric
Yeah,
surgery,
100%.
pescatarian, whatever, vegetarians, IBS, Hashimoto's, like all this shit. Like this is how you learn, but you pay for what you get, dude. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Fucking, I just went fucking off. But
Good.
it's
Get
it's
it off
just
your chest.
it's all real shit though. That's like real, like in real time. Like it happens all every day.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I mean, dude? Like it really just bothers me when people fucking take people's money and mess them up. That's what it really is.
I agree. I
But
agree.
you got anything else to add to that?
No, I think that covers it.
All right.
Yes, that's it. That's our topics.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, fucking A, man. All right.
Oh shit, Ramel's in here. What's up, dude?
I know. Oh, I don't have any chat then, I guess. God damn. I don't know how long it's been out, but I know we talked about professionalism in the previous podcast and I smoked a joint. I will say I am also about authenticity and I do really enjoy smoking weed. So I will always do that. And I won't, I'm not going to block that part of myself for my social media presence.
Wait, you were smoking a joint?
Yes, it was.
I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice.
You're too into it, apparently.
I didn't. When the hell was that? Like recent? Like just in the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, I probably finished it like 10 minutes ago.
I really didn't even notice.
I ordered these actors. They're like kind of nice, you know.
Oh yeah, look
And
Jamaican.
my daughter comes in. I don't know. I thought this one was like,
It's nice.
I don't know. I like the colors of it. But anyway,
Yeah.
my daughter's like, "Oh, that's really nice," because I have a blue one. Blue is her favorite color. She's like, "Can I get one in my room?" Like, no, absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, sorry.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
Later.
Let me stop recording.